What is going on, you guys? Browns gratification here. Let's get right into it, talking about the Cleveland Browns versus Dallas Cowboys matchup for Week 4 of the NFL. Now, we're going to talk about the Cowboys first, and then we're going to move on to the Cleveland Browns. So, Cowboys defensively, quite possibly the worst defense in the league right now. Their secondary allows 127 passer rating in coverage through 3 weeks, which is the worst in the NFL. They've allowed 863 total passing yards, 9 passing touchdowns. The defense has 6 sacks, 4 of those being Aldon Smith in 3 games. They've, let's just say it, allowed 40 back-to-back 40-point games. It was 39 to the Falcons and 38 to the Seahawks. I think it's safe to say, just call it back-to-back 40-point games. Defense cannot get off the field. The opponent's offense is on the field way too much, and that's because they run the ball down their throats, and then they, throw it all over the secondary, which, defense gets gassed, the offense can't get into rhythm, and they're always playing from behind. So that's why you see these big numbers from the Cowboys offense and Dak Prescott in general. Talking about Dak Prescott, 67% completion rate, 5 touchdowns, 2 interceptions with a 98.5 quarterback rating. So good overall numbers. Leads the league in passing yards total with almost 1,200, just 12 yards shy. So that's about 400 yards per game, which is crazy. But a lot of that is just easy passes, trying to just defense is going to be in the zone a lot, so they're going to get those easy throws. They're playing from behind almost all the time. And when they do get a lead, they're back down, 2 possessions after defense and just the offense not being able to score on that drive. So, that defense is going to be the death of them. They need to figure something out. But figure something out after this game so we can get the W. But, I don't know. Knowing our luck, their defense is going to be number 1 in the league after this. Have 4 interceptions, 4 fumbles. That's what the Browns thought. But hopefully he doesn't get to that. Amari Cooper, obviously, is still dangerous, so watch out for him. CeeDee Lamb has been pretty decent this season. 16 receptions. Not too much, but, he's a rookie. Plays in the slot. And Michael Gallup's had a pretty good season, too, so far. 3 weeks into the season. I was thinking about this, whether it's safe to play more man or play more zone. So we are a zone defense. It's 4-2-5 for the most part. 5 DBs, 2 linebackers. Obviously, we have 4, players rushing the passer. Our D-line's been great. Been able to, stick up with opponents' offensive lines. Like I said, actually, I don't think I brought this up yet. Zeke, had 3.8 yards per carry on 219 yards. Can't run the ball very well because that offensive line on the Dallas Cowboys, quite possibly, or no, for sure, the worst offensive line I've seen out of the Cowboys in a while. And the Cowboys have always been known to have a great offensive line, just because their 2 tackles are missing or injured. From what I hear, from what I've read, Tyron Smith has been slowly practicing throughout the week. I assume he's playing week 4. I don't know what the update on that is. So if he doesn't start, it's watch that matchup with Connor Williams and Myles Garrett, because that could be easy pickings for Myles Garrett. This offense, especially the left tackle and center being Joe Looney, they cannot pass protect or run protect for the most part against good, even mediocre D lines. So, if you want a matchup to expose, watch that. Sheldon Richardson should have a good day, too. Larry Ogunjobi. Think, Jordan Elliott's, he's coming back. Jacob Phillips, he's back at the linebackers. His knee, he had a knee injury, but he was practicing a little bit throughout the week. Now, Browns defensively, as I was saying about man or zone, we have the personnel to run zone, man. I just think our communication right now is not good enough. Well, communication goes mainly based on zone. So, our communication on zone, not good. Those 2 touchdown passes that Dwayne Haskins threw on us, all miscommunication. They've just been they've been frantically, trying to get the defense going, trying to get their guys in position. They don't have enough time to do it. Quarterback snaps it. They're like, okay, closest guy, run to him. But, there's going to be someone open on the opposing offense, and they get a touchdown. That's happened twice last game. Happened against the Bengals when Joe Burrow threw 3 touchdowns on us. and then for sure against the Ravens too. Now the good thing about this Browns defense is they don't have to go against any elite tight ends. They didn't go in against elite tight end in Washington, and our linebackers did fairly good in coverage. Both of them, not both. I mean, Malcolm Smith and B.J. Goodson, the middle linebackers, had an interception apiece. So did Carl Joseph. Mac Wilson will play a little bit more. Jacob Phillips, he's coming back. I assume he's going to be on snap count just because he had a knee injury. So no elite tight end. Our coverage should be a lot better. We got to keep our DBs. That's the main part against this defense. They need to stay. They got to know what their assignments are. Have better communication together, and if they can do that, we should be able to win this game. Now, the only thing I'm worried about mainly is just Ronnie Harrison, just because I don't know how well he knows this defense still. When he did play, wasn't great, just because most of that is they have him playing free safety when he's a strong safety, which drives me crazy, and miscommunication, like I mentioned earlier, a little bit before this. So I think we should be fine. Our D-line's going to for sure expose the offensive line. Secondary, we could get messed up because, Amari Cooper, one of the best route runners in the league, if not the best. CeeDee Lamb, one of the most explosive young players, receivers in the league. Michael Gallup can still have that sneaky good game on us. So yeah, defense. So if we're going to have the synopsis, communication a key. Linebackers, coverage-wise, should be a lot better. And takeaways. They don't throw a lot of, they have, Dak Prescott threw 2 interceptions. He doesn't throw a lot of interceptions. But if you want to win this game, have a lead. Don't play from behind because our offense, we run the ball 53% of the time, right? So you need to have a lead to be able to execute this game plan because if you're down 2 possessions, they're running out the window. You could run here and there, but you need to get some points up on the board, and that involves throwing the ball a lot. You need to keep as much time on the clock as possible. And hate to say it, but at this point, I think it's obvious. Baker Mayfield can't throw 35 plus passes and expect us to win at this point of his career. Now, he can do it like Quincy Carrier. I always bring him up almost every video just because he has these statistics on point. Ben Roethlisberger, under 500 pass attempts all 5 years, all beginning 5 years, his first 5 years in the league, sorry. And then he became that play caller that we all know and kind of despise today. One of the best quarterbacks in NFL history. So if that tells you something, there you go. Keep it between 20 to 25 passes, maybe a little bit more, 28, whatever, and you should be fine with Baker Mayfield. Now, honestly, I'm not too worried about Baker throwing interceptions just because these DBs are not good whatsoever. But it's Baker Mayfield, so he's going to get a little frantic, I feel like. Want to throw that big ball and, have it picked off. But I think, Alex Van Pelt, Kevin Stefanski, they're going to keep him in check. Stick with that game plan, run the ball, play action, and then if you need to bomb one out, there you go. You could definitely do it against this defense, this Cowboys defense. You shouldn't have anything to worry about there. One more thing I want to add for the Browns defense. Now, although it's not the greatest in the league, they are tied for 5th fewest in the league with big plays allowed. They've allowed 10 big plays. Big plays, technically 20 plus yards through 3 weeks. So that's the 5th fewest in the league. So our defense isn't horrible. It's just once we get burnt, it's not looking good. There it is. I don't have much else to say just besides don't fall behind or our game plan's right out the window. Don't let the Cowboys offense get a groove, which is going to be tough to do, but try something, figure something out. And defensively, don't play rough. Expose that line, better communication, and I think we should be good. I wouldn't be surprised if we lose this game. As a matter of fact, when I did our schedule prediction, I think I had us going 2-2 in the first 4 games, and one of the losses being Ravens already, and one of the losses against the Cowboys. Sorry about that. But I just want to see Baker Mayfield have a good game against an elite team. For the most part, elite, right? I mean, elite most of the time. I mean, if Baker Mayfield could do good against this team, not even win, just do good, then I'd be a lot more at ease with him being our franchise quarterback. If not, I mean, I'm just gonna chalk it up to him being a little bit more comfortable with the offense, or getting more comfortable with the offense, and that's all I can throw it up to. I mean, if you don't do good against this defense, I don't know what to tell you. But thank you guys for watching. Like, favorite, subscribe. I'm gonna do player analysis tomorrow. I think I'm gonna release that. I'm thinking about doing it either on Baker or the Jarvis and OBJ, and how they have a big impact on this offense without really seeing it. So thank you guys for watching. Like, favorite, subscribe. Close to 300 subscribers. Thank you for the support, and peace.